Hello, it's Jim Brown here, and in this Outrig video, I would like to introduce my longtime friend and design partner, John Marples.
We're looking at a Crosswater 54 Hippocampus built for Brian Schmidt, who is a client with a particular idea of what he'd like to have in a trawler power catamaran. And this boat is highly customized to his own needs. It's got a couple of 300 horsepower diesels. It cruises at 16 knots and it's probably got more than 2,500 mile range. And we're quite pleased with the performance and the looks of the boat at this point.
My first update of the campus.
Yay! Well, let's take a walk through the Crosswater 54 Hippocampus and have a look on the inside of the boat. First of all, when you board this boat, you're boarding on the aft end of the boat. Whether you're coming off a dinghy or off the dock, you step onto the boarding platform and walk up the stairs onto the aft deck. And the aft deck's got a nice big comfy table. Sometimes it's surrounded with an enclosure that's a clear enclosure with large windows that you can zip open and close, but normally there'd be no enclosure, so the after deck you'd just be looking out onto the water. And it has a large dining table with a very comfy settee behind it and more movable chairs. And that's where all the dining on the boat is done. There's no dining facilities on the inside of the boat at all. From there, we go into the main salon through a pair of curved sliding doors. And the main salon has got a sitting area and a galley and access to all the other cabins. And the galley area is on the port side. It has a long finger counter with a sink and a stove in it, and outboard. It's a U-shaped galley, so the outboard counter has got freezers and refrigerators and that sort of thing. And it's extensive. It's quite large, and there's plenty of room for a couple of people to operate in there. On the starboard side of the salon is a settee that's actually a convertible sofa. It's a very comfortable sofa and a couple of other chairs. Specially made rug just for the boat that was woven just for the boat with the hippocampus, that is the seahorse emblem in it. And all of the windows are tinted and they all have shades so that you can increase the privacy of the boat on the inside. All the lighting is from the overhead, and it's all halogen lighting. Recessed into the headliner, and there's a lot of indirect lighting on the inside, so the lighting can be dimmed way down for nice mood lighting. On the forward end, there's some cabinetry, and inside the cabinetry there's a large TV screen, flat plasma screen, for that you can see clear out onto the after deck. It's really a focal point of the interior of the boat, and the floor is a very large parquet of teak and holly flooring, and the effect is really remarkable. It really jazzes up the interior, and I think it really looks very nice. Forward of the main salon, we've got two separate cabins, private cabins. The one on the port side is a guest cabin with a large queen-size berth in it, and its own ensuite bath and shower with a tub, of course. And it's made up a little bit more dressy than the other stateroom. It's got a countertop in the bathroom area that's of special tile imported that's got a real sparkle to it. On the starboard side, we've got actually a stateroom that's also an office, and it has a large couch in it that is a convertible for additional bed space, and a small office area with a desk and a chair and so forth, and hookups for the computer. From the after deck, we arrive on the boat deck. That's where the dinghy is kept. There's a crane up there to lift the dinghy over the side, and a railing all the way around it. And you can walk forward down the side of the upper deck to the Portuguese bridge, which is an apron that surrounds the pilot house, and go into pilot house doors on either side. And there is a full-width pilot house with excellent visibility forward. All of the forward windows tilt open for ventilation. There's a main center console with all of the instrumentation, and there's no steering wheel. It's the first thing you notice about the pilot house. No steering wheel at all. Steering is done with a jog lever. It's an electronic rudder control. It's merely a very, very small handle that you use to move back and forth. And most of the steering, anyway, is done by differential thrust of the engines. And the pilot house has got a nice seating area behind the helm position for the guests to watch the whole show. It's a very comfortable area. You're sitting up high, so you've got very, very good visibility all the way around, and it makes the pilot house into a somewhat social area also. But after the pilot house is really the jewel in the crown. We've got a owner's stateroom with an ensuite bathroom with its own jacuzzi tub and a queen-size berth, and great visibility. When the dinghy is not on the boat deck, you can walk through a door out onto the boat deck, and that becomes a sun deck for enjoying the sun. And then above the pilot house, on the roof, there's another steering station. It's sort of just a steering console that has minimum instrumentation and the engine controls and steering. And it's basically for maneuvering the boat through shallow areas, watching for coral heads, and getting your visibility up higher. So each engine room is quite large. There's access all around the engines. There are 6-cylinder diesels with turbochargers and aftercoolers, 315 horsepower apiece. All the batteries are down there, the air conditioning system, power distribution system, and electrical stuff, and it's all arranged very, very logically along the sides. Just the question in the end is what sets Crosswater off from, or the Crosswater series off from, other boats of this type trying to perform the same function. And that is that we've got a unique combination of interior volume combined with a boat that's got considerable range and speed. This boat is truly a cabin on the water, and you could accuse it of being large and blocky and voluminous, and it is, but it performs its function extremely well. It's cutting new ground in the trawler business. Trawlers are the hottest portion of the boating market today, with a large population growing of age, growing out of sailboats and growing into powerboats, wanting a more comfortable lifestyle, and the Crosswater speaks to those people wanting that comfortable lifestyle combined with the performance of multihull.
Well, now that's John Marples with just one example of his marvelous multihull designs. But the video was put together for us by Scott Brown, who is my partner in the Outrig project. And we hope you'll remember to visit our website, www.outrig.org, for a lot more on the history of modern multihulls. This is Jim Brown. Fair winds.